New game. Let's see what this game is about. Ah, this is a loading screen. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Ce asta? Ah, ok, meniu. Spor la muncă, Kempo. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Smack the clock. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Mind begins to wander. That's că de fiecare dată când schimb ecranul îmi dă minimize. Așa că nu mai schimb ecranul. You need to take this seriously or you'll allow yourself to daydream. Dar ce să facem? Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by and you find your imagination getting away from you. Allow yourself to daydream a bit, thinking about that chicken. It's here, finally, your first day of culinary school, so many dishes to prepare, so many students to meet. Your mind is swimming with possibilities when you realize you're running late. You grab a biscuit and burst out the door. Is it a KFC biscuit? Of course. Delicious. Just what you need to wake up those taste buds. Yikes, you're in such a hurry. In fact, that you forgot to put on any deodorant before running out the door. You're sweating buckets as you rush to arrive on time. Uh-oh. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent KFC's cooking school. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorable, awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Joke. Good morning, Colonel Bolog. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, because I sure am. Excited, a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. What the? It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam. Raised by master chef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. Okay, so she saved me from the sandbox incident. But with the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semester, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Should we pep talk her? Yeah, let's pep talk her. Ce caterică e jocul, bă. Remember last month when you saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. I know, she looks spooky, but she was so sweet, and she told you that you were destined for great KFC things. On that tweet, am pus hashtag KFC să vadă băieții, să-mi dea sponsorship. Remember that card with the fancy looking tower? And that other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? Is it who I think it is? I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time we'll be graduating and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all, and if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Śmieję mnie powtórę KFC. Can you believe I cut them myself? Da, se vede. You can definitely believe it. I cannot believe it. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Hey! It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants and she knows it. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. Damn boy, she thick. You leave Colonel Bollock shins alone. They are perfect normal. They are perfectly normal shins. Ah, you can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. Of course. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rocking glutes. That's a nice ass, man. Van? Is this a JoJo reference? You rang? KFC JoJo. Vždycky Polnareff. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I bet they fuck each other. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You think they just hand us our diplomas now? Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just no time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Îmi place că e aproape naked, are babețica de șef, atât. Let's go, Miriam. Psh, see you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Hey, it's me! Pop. Oopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open with my muscular chicken arms. Ah, that should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you. My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Holy shit, the writing is so good. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name that clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Now, duci pe Max? Max, uite-te pe ecran. Hi Pop, I'm Colonel Bollock, so... Are you going to make me hold this door all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me, or is he kinda cute? It's a joke, in fact. Ce? Da. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. Da. You stand. Nu, că mă nervează Mike. Unde a plecat? Se întoarce, lasă închis. Că știu să-i dau drumul. Da, știu să folosesc o ușă. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. Oare când apare the Colonel? A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium at the front of class. Adorable! Sprinkles. Nice. Stă și pe un podium. Pe un pillar. Is this a pillar, man? Now, quiet down, everyone. Who is this unreasonably cute pup and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of USCS AL. Please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Oof. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever! I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossoms petals fill the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly, someone close the window. Shut the fuck up, Pop. And then, he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. Holy shit. Colonel Sanders, your professor, yes, to dead. It's him! It isn't my favorite student. If it isn't my favorite student, if it isn't my favorite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel. Well, ce coincidență, și eu sunt colonel. Colonel Sanders. Boom. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats a lot. Maybe we should open that window back up before faucet pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Hold on just a second, nobody talks to my friend like that. I really have faucet pits. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. Oh man, this is getting deep. And what is with all your really weird insults? Fucking assholes. Besides, when Colonel Bollock sweats, it's not gross, it's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. That grease. Besides, asta am citit. You turn to find Colonel Sanders standing right in front of you. Colonel Sanders, beautiful angel that he is, stands before you smiling gently, his hand outstretched. Boy howdy, this classroom gets hotter than a Kentucky fryer. Please, use my handkerchief. Oh god, you freeze up. Colonel Sanders is talking to you. Wait, Colonel Sanders is talking to you about how sweaty you look? You're completely mortified. This can't be your first interaction. What if he never forgets this moment? How will you respond? How will we respond, chat? Ooh, can I take the handkerchief? You stretch out your hand and Colonel Sanders places a fine silk handkerchief in it. It's so beautiful, you hesitate to press it to your face, but when you do, the feeling is transcendent. It has its natural scent on it. It smells of the most delicious chicken you ever smelled. Holy shit. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legend. Legends past, present and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood. There might even be really adorable, tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Student: Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my third year in this school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Fac pariu că lucrează la McDonald's ăsta. He's Ronald McDonald, the clown. Fucking clown. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Clank. Where? It's an ice cream machine. The class bursts into laughter. Of course it does. Oh Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. Well, I need some KFC. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket. But what kind? What kind of treat, chat? Will it be chicken? Or a beef treat? Tigruș just raided the channel with 6. Oh, salut băieți! Welcome to the KFC madness. Smash the raid. Yanko Photographer, thanks for the follow. Welcome. I am Brebu, just follow, thanks. Bine ați venit băieți. Deci, alegem chicken snack. You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkle's eyes go wide as he locks onto it. Boy Undul, thanks for the follow. His favorite snack. Well, I think there might be some competition for new star student. Deci asta e ușor de mituit. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. E sâmbătă, mă, e ceva mai relaxant așa. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds opened to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Oh my god, trebuie să aleg între the God and Miriam. Hey Colonel Bolog, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed this seat next to me, if you're interested. Mersi Bobo. Mersi Tigru de raid. Two good options, but which will chat choose? Sit by my best friend or sit by Colonel Sanders? Eu zic să nu o supărăm pe best friend. But the Colonel is so pretty. Ce alege chat-ul? Nimeni nimic? Aleg eu dacă nu. You move to take your seat by Miriam. I'm so glad to have you near me to support me through this class. Of course, you're my best friend. Who else would I sit by? Mom, there's a weird guy on the screen. Colonel Sanders, he has such a magnetic personality, and there's a seat open right next to him. If you had sat there, you might have gotten to know him a little better. I'd never sacrifice our friendship. Besides, I'm sure I'll get a chance to talk to him later in the semester. I've got 3 whole days, that's like a lifetime. Aș vrea și eu să am facultatea 3 zile pe toată viața. So you say, but now that Miriam mentions it... Theodore 97 just gifted tier 1 subscriptions. Wow, Mateo, mersi. I-ai dat sub lui Kempo. Nice. Welcome to the KFC stream. So you say, but now that Miriam mentions it, that Colonel Sanders is just so darn dreamy. Păi ai dat gift. Ai dat gift la cineva din comunitate. As soon as you settle into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast! It's time for a pop quiz! Oof! Yay! A quiz about me! This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knife sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. Looking at you, Pop. That's right. Forest is to tree as chicken is to feather. That's right. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? A comically oversized fork, a meat tenderizer, or the god among men, a spork? That's right. Mark, salut, welcome. What food is the best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. Camel meat? A pancake that looks like a silly face? I would say the first one. That's right. Is Sprinkles a good boy? He's a talking dog that teaches at culinary school. He's the best boy. Max, să nu te superi. That's right. Your total score is perfect score, 5 out of 5. Sunt best student. Wow! Be honest, did you cheat? I would never cheat with you, doggo. Oare putem să facem sex cu câinele? No, Max e aici, în cameră. Stă la răcoare. You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. You look... am citit. I know we just met, but I have to confess. I think you have a beautiful brain. Asta e Colonel Sanders, guys. Hot diggity, Colonel Bollock, you just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. O secundă. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch! Îmi place la școala asta. Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was... Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But I... Shh! Lunch! She said shh! In honor of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. Oh my god, it's KFC! That must be the smell I smelled! Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy, golden finish. The aroma envelops you and you begin to feel warm and safe, and you pee a little. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I say about that. What you think? We want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Psha! Nah, my dude, nah. I'm just drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is a poison, goddamn. De fapt e goddamn. Ce față are? He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken. So tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. Basta-mi fură iubitul. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Keep your fake ass to yourself, Ashley. Oh, please. Well, Van the man, if you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on, man. I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Practic, exact așa mănânc și eu KFC. Easy now, there's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket and sink your teeth in it. This is the best kind of porn. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus on your mind and meditate on this moment. Try and identify every flavor. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Swim towards the light. What will it be, chat? Ce alegem? Eu mă gândesc la Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. A treia, lol. Scrieți 1, 2 sau 3 în chat. Cine vrea să voteze. Doi. Odată 2, odată 3. 2. Any more? Doi it is then. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy! Along with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man, for a flavor, are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. Oh, I would like some one-on-one time with him. You approach Colonel Sanders. He smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all times as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just as you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel. Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then leans in. You can follow his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use blank. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. I bet it's MSG. MSG. MSG! Wow, we'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans, Colonel Sanders. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Nag him to show your own strength. Wow him with a big idea to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. Be modest but thoughtful. Haideți că facem ceva. Create a new poll. Ce alegem? 1, 2, 3. Nu pot spun în... Așa. Bun, ca să pot să dau alt tab. Am deschis un poll, oare se vede la voi? Nu știu dacă vă apare. Dacă n-a apărut e aici. Cineva a votat? 2, ok. 2 voturi pentru 2. Imediat se termină poll-ul. This is so chat engaging. Ah, am văzut acum, da, am văzut. Ok. Alegem 2. Wow him with a big idea to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. You know about that? I was thinking about your secret recipe. I don't doubt it. It was a way of leaving an impression on all who taste it. You decide to show him that you also know a thing or two about blowing minds with new flavors. I actually had some thoughts on how you could improve it. Improve it? You want to change my secret recipe and you think you can do better? Have you ever heard of habanero peppers? Heard of them? I tend an entire garden of chili pepper varieties. Habanero, poblano, cayenne. But that's not the point. You can't just toss new ingredients into my secret recipe and expect to improve it. Chat, ați supărat băiatul. A recipe is about balance. It involves careful consideration and refinement. I didn't mean to let this be the last time you improvise on my recipes, Colonel Bolog. I'm headed back to class for the next lesson. Wow, l-ați supărat, mă. That certainly didn't go as planned. You'd better head back inside, but you wait a moment so that Colonel Sanders doesn't think you're desperately chasing after him. I totally would chase after him though. You step into the massive cooking arena, where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place, it's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything, except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Welcome students to the cooking arena! For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of two, that is. Me and you, if that wasn't clear. Wanna be my partner? Sure, Colonel Bolog. I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Beep boop bzzzt. Oh my! Two potential partners? A gangbang. I'm sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Miriam's partner. Pop. Clank. 1 minute. Votați, băieții mei, sus în chat. Coarsar just subscribe with tier 1. Thanks for the subscription, Marius. I'm getting rich out of KFC money. You're breathtaking. Votați sus în chat. Eu aș zice Clank, sincer. Vedem imediat ce alege chat. Clank. Așa m-am gândit și eu. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today. It's okay, I already ate. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Warp, warp, warp. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Bzzzt. Tissue? I hardly know you. Hahaha. Clank judders and the panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Looks like you two will be fine. Okay, so she'll fuck a robot. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you two, for today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. I'll take 2 flints to make a fire. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy and you don't even need to cook it. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind. Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. Pyro, băieți, da, aici aleg eu my grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes? And gravy? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. Oh. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? I think all my 8 viewers have a crush on Colonel Sanders. We're just cooking partners. Mind your own damn business, Ashley. Sanders' heart is my business, and you'd better keep your fingers off of my man. Did someone call for me? Ah, no, geez, Van, while I'm over here crushing Colonel Bullock's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our crosswork. That was the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Să schimbi cantare. Oh, howdy there, Ashley. Van. Are we working a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no. It looked like Colonel Bullock was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is? These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Ha! Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel, if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Get help. Miriam Sanders. Votați. Cine să ne ajute? Who will save us in this dire time? The hour of twilight. Un minut, băieți. Time to vote. Now or never. Sanders, of course. Hunk of hunks in your time of need. I'm here to learn and to express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I choose Colonel Sanders and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right? A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on Colonel Bullock as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. Correct. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Colonel Bullock's natural talent or their loyalty. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential, and also a bit wet. You look for Sprinkles, in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn, those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well, while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautifully white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Oh my god, it looks so good. Deci mi se face foame. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The result looks spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Let's take a moment and look at this beautiful dish. Wow, deja a trecut o oră. We're having so much fun. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you can see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van, do something! Do something! Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Fuck no. Hold on right there, Colonel Bolog. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. Can I have potatoes, face? Van rushes back over a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. That's metal as fuck, man. You've ignored me for too long, and that ends now. It is I who will have first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite out of his signature dish, right off the plate. No! Don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned into a process. The result could be toxic. Too late. It has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him! What? Everyone step back! Don't take another bite! When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie! Tastes like poison. The entire class has gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. I'm not sure the professor here makes enough money. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. Fac pariu că studentul ăsta care s-a făcut fantomă e the ghost of McDonald's or something. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. Oh my god. Merg acasă cu Colonel Sanders. What? Like for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Lau, lasă-mă pe 1%, te rog. Că Twitch nu pune views pe mut. E kind of stupid. But what can you do? Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him, in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Colonel Bolog. There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there! There's something I need to tell you first. Oh jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef of the world has ever seen. And every day since, I have been working toward that dream, day and night. Never stopping, never resting. Also, lifting a lot of weights. Like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you! Shut up! I'm the only one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are you forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance, you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him, we're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. The spork monster is here to fight a hero. What? Oh! I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Be afraid. Be very afraid of me because I am a monster, see? Is he's rhyming on purpose or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? What will we do? We attack. We decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upsets Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Attack. You decide to go on the attack. It worked last time, right? Cook with love does 1 damage. Spork Monster won't forget this. It's really feeling threatened by your attack. Focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? Defend. Which defense will you use? Trepidation. You hold your head between your hands and mutter, "This is not happening. This is not happening." Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses utility utensil. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. Attack. Decide to attack. Cook with love. 1 damage. Spork Monster is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who is going to have to clean that up. Fantomadlu McDonald. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack. Rounded edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot pie power pinch! Does 10 damage. Spork Monster is defeated. You saved me! An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Forget mercy. Finish him, so spare this wretched beast. I have made a poll. Da, cred că e singurul. Finish him! No student will ever walk the quad in fear again. This monster messed with the wrong chefs. Attack! You ready your final attack? You'll never survive my student left alone destruction! 10 damage. Spork Monster is completely vaporized. Colonel Sanders looks on in awe. Reafara Max. You continue to surprise me, Colonel Bolog. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. Oh my god, it's the Necroclocon. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko? That name sounds familiar. Apăs pe tastatură, ce bine. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Yes, that chicken poster. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there. Instructing your love dreams are weird. You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was the secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with her bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be... I think I might like Clank. Like him? Like? I know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kind of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? La cum arată, I don't doubt it. No, but that does make complete sense. Clank is Zook disguised. Da. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted pranking at the school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. Nonsense. I'm thinking maybe something got lost in pressure cooker language translation there. Ah, pressure cooker. Get it? Cause KFC is made with pressure cookers. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with his new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders? The coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for learning. You're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Haha, sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. Secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. Ce-i Max, vrea afară? Imediat, da? So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. He showed me his cock. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals. And that if I did him a big favor, if I sucked his cock, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me. The flavor was unlike anything I ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so so we've stayed in touch, you know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Oh, mă doare gura. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it be much use to anyone. Cough, fiber, cough! Please, please, please! It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? Ce zis Marius? Eu zic să nu-i zicem. Cred că o să avem probleme dacă îi zicem. It's a secret, Miriam. I'm sorry. Make up a fake ingredient. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know. How about it was Eye of Newt? I know, sounds like some kind of witch potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt! Wow! Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you're satisfied her curiosity, and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petal fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders! He's arriving at school! Stand back and admire his majestic glory. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You are so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. Yes, I wish Colonel Sanders would ride me as well. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseyful beaut you have. I mean, what a horseyful beaut you have. Dang it, that's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Oh, Colonel Bullock just got really nervous around people they like. What? This is not helping. I mean, they... Oh! Mi-a căzut ceva. I mean, they got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile, as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. Îl dau afară un pic pe câine, în curte, și mă întorc. Mai fac și o pauză de la voce, că mă doare gâtul deja. Mă să iau și o gură de apă. Pentru cei care n-au sunt subscribed, o să pun o reclamă scurtă, deci să nu vă surprindeți. Be right back. Gata, m-am întors. Whew. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulders, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Tell them to stop acting immature, so act like you're not interested in them, but really try and get a closer look. Ce zici, Marius? Eu zic că versiunea 2. Asta. 2? Ok. Stai să pun apă. Să-mi ud gâtlejul, că am vorbit o oră în continuu. Act like you're not interested in them, but really try and get a closer look. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class, and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you're upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity, it takes panache and a thick ass. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. And you finally get a look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing, hee. Before you can dig any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of balls. You watch how you talk to him, he didn't do anything. Bzzzt, vomp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Bzzzt. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over for me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't, honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please, take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson. Truly, you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When he came to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Colonel Bollock, naturally this appears to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? What item will we sample? A shimmering pepper? A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in the most eye-catching way. So naturally, you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend, whoa! This guy again? I'm here to give you an important message. Ooh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... Cough, cough. I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, I think I've still got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine. I'll work through to fulfill the prophecy. You must. You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Oh man. This ghost. You come to and find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes, I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim and your rival enters to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competition cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the chart. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time, step out and tell them you're on. Hi frate, you're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not a fool, you're the fool. Fool. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, Colonel Bolog. Good one, Van Van. Colonel, don't you tease him. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense, you breathe a sigh of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer. Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Aroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water boil at? 100 C. That's right. But how would you have even gotten into this school without knowing that? Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. Vorbesc prea repede sau prea tare? You're going to need to season the chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. 11 spices. That's right. You might not know all of the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Gratitude. That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day, you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now will be a great time to harness that energy. So where does it come from? A small town where I have big dreams, nu știu ce. That's right, this is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. Aroo! You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling. That's wrong. Don't make me get the spray bottle. Oh no, not the hose. Don't make... Asha, next you notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Colonel Bolog. He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it... What are you thinking? Get your mind back into the competition. Grrr. You are stranded on a desert island with only one desert cookbook. Which do you take? Dessert. What a hunk! I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge you're failing behind? What does that You and colors. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Woof! Woof! You're really struggling to keep up? At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough in a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes! I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow planet utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. Where you might not have any hands, but Colonel Bollock does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. Oh no, I have disappointed Senpai. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Colonel Bollock! No! But you're not fast enough. As your hand gets stuck, it's immediately crushed by the quick spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much more difficult. Everyone stop! What you're doing right now! This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finish my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Oh, that's too bad, and here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default? No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Colonel Bollock's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavors that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. Ia o gură de apă. I was going to ask Colonel Bollock to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you'd mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream two ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry jelly. So, gelée? Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you? Hehe. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley, or internalize the rage you feel. You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off of his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. This goatee isn't just a fashion statement, it's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. Game over. What? Am pierdut? What the fuck? We made Colonel Sanders mad, boys. Nu mai citesc asta, că am citit deja. Count me in. You're the fool. I like your gumption, Bollock. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, blah blah blah. Now, students, please settle down. Finally, a little sense, you breathe a sign of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer. Just then a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, "Timer ready." That's what I'm talking about. Aroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me. Like a diamond, I was formed under shit. Osta C. Going to need some seasoning. 11. Gratitude. Aroo! You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Silence. That's right. When they taste your cooking, they will be so taken with it that they'll be unable to speak. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Colonel Bolog. He's actually cheating you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you are doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy? What are you thinking? You are stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? Come on, come on, come on. When you hear everyone talking about you, how serious your error was, and I'm murdering my hand. Oh no. Alright, let's keep to where I have to choose. Internalize the rage I feel. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married and have chicken babies. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now, not just from that devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well then, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. Oare e pe buneta asta? I didn't know. People see me delighted, my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard, and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. O să caut după stream. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him. A burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest, it's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork monster. Gorko, the Spork monster, is here to fight a hero. Is anyone else feeling a bit of a deja vu? I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn you already battled you last night. That was Borko, my twin, and I, Gorko, am here to avenge them. Are you stronger than Borko? Well, you're twins, so not really. You're pretty much exactly equal in every way. Why do you ask? Colonel Sanders smirks. He is already on the same page as you. It's just that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't think you have much of a chance. Not to mention, I feel really guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would. I think what Colonel Bolog is saying. Can't we just be friends? Life's too short for making enemies. I suppose. We really don't need to fight. It's just that I've got these pointy teeth and claws. All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat, don't we all? Of course I do. Inspiration strikes and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this. You toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth and he devours it in one gulp. Delicious! You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into this creature who stands here today. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no, I was a chihuahua, but I was still a student at this school until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook? Precisely. Borko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be here. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life, Colonel Bolog. Together, I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. That chicken statue though. Are și bel de la de servire. Looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made a decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there's something, it's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy, or something crispy. Both, perhaps. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you? Reveal it! You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in headfirst. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent! Together, you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think of him for a moment. What number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 11, 11, 11, the safe opens. Inside it you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Tap on an item to discover more about the kernel. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. He looks the same. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? Tap on the item to discover more. Tare. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt? What? Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. Is Colonel Sanders an immortal god? Hey, game. Așa. Oh my god, I think it's an imposter. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. I can't see any chicken drumsticks, but okay. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty. Mă inviți la o ciorbă de perișoare? Vin cu mare plăcere. Poftă mare. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Oh my god. Poor guy. Tap on an item. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Tap on an item. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color, it's actually made of spun silver. Tap on an item to discover. Okay. A scented candle, you pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool, freshly starched color, piece of wood floating in a lake, summer of '69. Nice. No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's... Tap on an item to discover more. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost is swept out with a breeze. Let's check the last thing. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they mean? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! We forgot to take it off. Star Knight bro, thanks for following. Have a chicken. N-am emot cu chicken. We decide that now is the moment to make a big move. You tell him you're cold, you fess up and tell the truth. Oh, what should we choose? Yes, it's the best game title. You decide that now is your moment and make a big move. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This isn't that kind of a game. No, not that we blame you for trying, but still. Game over? What? Stupid ass game. We can't have sex with him. We'll skip to where we were last time. It's the Spork monster, Gorko. Oh no. Reveal it. You reveal the coleslaw. Magnificent. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I don't mind. Please make yourself comfortable. Let's tap on his chicken, on his cock. Go away, student. What's up, Star Knight bro? Enjoying the stream? Enjoying this cock? Taxidermy? No. A note, the true state bird of the great state of Kentucky. It's scented like the secret recipe. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color, it's actually made of spun silver. It's hot. One of the framed photos show an old man. They hold chicken. Not really, but okay. Okay, 2 more items. We are skipping this because we already watched it. And my mouth hurts from the talking. Oh, ce mă doare gura. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Let's be honest with him. Da, și eu mă gândeam la you fess up and tell the truth. Let's tell him we were snooping. I think I've developed feelings for you. Ah, okay. I might be developing feelings for you too. What I'm concerned, I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door, but the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Colonel Bolog. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right, we should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. Blank. In some jurisdictions, blank isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? I totally smashed. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. Mama, it looks so fucking good. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and he takes you on a journey. When you return, is waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Take him down a peg? Flatter him, of course. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could you be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting. Where have you been? I fucked Colonel Sanders. Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I'd been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you'd better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. What friends does a pressure cooker have? Did he just say skydiving, as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection, wowzers. Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can't get your swirly dipped too. You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Colonel Bolog, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrived just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school, Colonel Bolog? How's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Yes, because injuries kill in a matter of hours. Aren't you concerned about my hand, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. I think you broke a nail doing something else, you slut. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing, complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. Duh, long rest. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, Colonel Bolog, I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Colonel Bolog. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's the book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else, not rooted in dark magic, maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Shall we cast a spell, chat? What does chat do? Shall we forget Colonel Sanders forever? Or don't do it? Don't do it! You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose crunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him a snack. So dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Let's wait and see. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses on the window. He focuses in on the window. The room is dead silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on a cherry tree outside. Sprinkle turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Classic. Terrence! I told you never to come back here. Terrence, I will destroy you, Terrence. Terry? Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying all off of his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You'd better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again, Terry. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Colonel Bullock, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom, you see? But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over in class. Sprinkles is interrupted by words and sparks coming from the back of the room. Uh-oh. I told you to save it for after class. Bzz, bzz, bzz. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no! You had to show off to your cool kid friends Jeff and Joanne, J and J forever. Watch us from a triangle in mid-air as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Bzz, bzz. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Beep. Brr. Then take Jeff and Joanne with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain, or off a cliff for all I care. Sad beep. Clank begins to shudder, steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops in his tracks. Beep, bzzzt. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Trouble in paradise, am I right? Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate, but we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. Trademark. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke. Even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Hell yeah, bitch. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Of course not. Well, maybe sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Da, nu fi curvă, Miriam. Mă doare gâtul. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge, a test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And the chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed man-man, and his evil counterpart, Slutly. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Colonel Bollock's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Colonel Bollock, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm beginning to visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualization, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Fess up about your practice dish. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. Are pot pie vision. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. Oh man, me fome. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. Să mai iau o gură de apă în timp ce stăm pe ecranul ăsta. That looks delicious. You can smell pot as well from a distance. Who can't, buddy? It's the best pot pie I ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking and I could eat this all day. De ce are un chicken staff? There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll put you over the edge to victory. Correct. A chicken wizard. A grand wizard of chickenry. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect, his original recipe, registered trademark fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action, a solid 5 out of 7. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Milliam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend bastard blaster! Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roll! Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's a singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-distr... Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out of the back of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic. Shall we cast a spell? Cast a damn spell. Level 7 spell. You take out your own spellbook and let your instincts guide you to a page you've never seen before. It's a summoning spell that will conjure up a spork monster. Now seems like a good time to add some chaos to the mix. You have summoned me. The broom cooking arena. So many fun memories of battling in this place in my old life. In your old life, I wasn't always the monster you see before me. No, once I was but a student like yourself who attended this school. Spork monster notices the book you're holding. I see what's going on here. Things aren't going your way, huh? Been there, my friend. I tried to cast a spell on myself to imbue my body with the powers of my favorite foods. As you can imagine, things did not go as planned. When spells say only cast in case of emergency, they mean it. I'm kind of in a pinch here. Got any better ideas? The monster's smile curls up mischievously. For starters, never cast spells on yourself. Cast them on your rivals. Just tell me who is giving you trouble and we'll take very good care of them. You motion to Ashley and before you can think better of this dastardly decision, he recites a spell that turns her into a chicken. Now a mere bird, she flaps her wings and glides off into the produce section of the arena, far from her station. Okay, gotta go, bye! Uh-oh, this could be dangerous. You're immediately racked with guilt over this act of blatant transmogrification. You don't know what to do. It should be poetic justice for Ashley to live out the rest of her days as a chicken, and yet that seems unspeakably cruel. After all, it's just a cooking competition. No! Fuck her! Ashley remains a chicken. Chicken Ashley pecks around at the base of some cabinetry, searching for some loose vegetables to eat. Colonel Borok, how could you? Cheating on the final exam? I've never been more disappointed. And here I was considering for a place not only in my future chain of highly successful chicken restaurants, but also my heart. Without hesitation, he casts a counterspell from memory that saves her. There's such a thing as competition with honor, and this does not qualify. I no longer want anything to do with you. No! Okay, let's not cast a spell. Do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe you knew Colonel Bolog. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Colonel Bolog, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who is cooking? Tiny food, short cooking time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get eyes of newt from? The pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve, wait, what happened to Gorko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters are many. I think Gorko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition? I love this stuff, it's better than TV. Your crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something, do you mind? Oh, he's crying. Steve the spork monster notices that you've got a grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Ha, you've guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a tough chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup, back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. You summon up extra power from deep down within yourself. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are ready. My knees are weak. Mom spaghetti. Yes, Colonel Bolog, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you had been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show you the world my cookery. What transforming Gordon Ramsay? You begin to levitate off of the ground, energy courses through your body. You know what with this power you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Colonel Bolog, you may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortune, Colonel Sanders decided to have earned his support. I've been watching you today and must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. Wait, what a guy! Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting, if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students! With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off screen you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Hehe, I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet you see Pop hanging out on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second, pranks. Clank, where did that pressure cooker roll off to? We wait to hear a signature whir, beep or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please, collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. 3 fucking days. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. This sounds just like me. Miriam, please, step forward. Describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny narutomaki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Colonel Bullock, for helping me to believe in myself. Van Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Not gonna lie, arată bine. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand, doesn't it look cool? Sprinkle then leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically. The JoJo poses, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof, woof. Please be gentle in my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch! My tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. Oh my god. I can't eat Fifth. It kept poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't discount Teamplifity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know, yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk, get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. It's time to step up. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. That's some intricate shit, man. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask you to please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Colonel Bullock? I told you it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition. at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be just on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it, you absolutely insisted. But don't breathe too hard, you might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sandals, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Mama ce bine arată. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drumroll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Will I dance with Colonel Sanders? Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor downright seems cute and cozy. DJ Dog in the house! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Holy shit. Van Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to writing the longs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghost allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He has totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? Oh, you know who. It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat a crown. Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And you get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank. I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard. Eu m-aș fi dus cu mașina de făcut pui din spațiu. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day we met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. The alien pressure cooker adventure next. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. Hey, mi-a furat coleslaw. The end? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Colonel Bolog, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. Trebuie, Marius. Acum. Order now! Order now! I wonder, das skip. Off the top of my head, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Colonel Bolog. How sweet, we'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think it's something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running a restaurant is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear Colonel Bolog, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually, and along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. Nice. Whew, nice game. Păcat că n-avea animațiile din intro. Da, e ok. E moca, adică what the fuck. Let's see the credits. Game by KFC, W plus K and Psyop. Game director and writer Alexei Bochenek. Technical director Charlie Volpe. Robinson, Brian Nguyen, Shoban Asha. Matthew. Ia fiți atenți că fac screenshot și dau tweet la KFC.